All right, so our last talk for this session will be Nathan Howard, who will give us an update on the LTV project. Go ahead, Nathan.
Hello, folks. I'm the project manager for the Lunar Terrain Vehicle. If you'll go to the next slide, I've only got a single slide for you today. Um, so over the last probably 6 to 9 months, we've had a lot of activity going on in the in the project. Probably the one of the most recent things is the LTV project is now part of the EVA and Human Surface Mobility Program, and that's being led by Laura Kearney here at JSC. Over the last 9 months, we went through and completed what we have called the Survive the Night study. And this is where we went through and really did a full investigation of the vehicle from a performance and requirements standpoint and looked at various design options that could be implemented into future LTV. What this did was it really increased our understanding of the environment and how those environmental conditions will impact the vehicle design. We looked at things like the long-term lighting conditions, what would be a minimum dark survival duration that we would want the vehicle to have, and really how does the dynamic lighting conditions at the South Pole impact traverse planning as you try to venture out away from your landing site or some of these safer zones. And so we went through and did a lot of work in that area. In support of this, we also released a RFI to industry where we were really asking a couple of specific questions to help us inform the project. We were curious about how industry has thought about surviving these long durations of dark at the South Pole, how they would approach a vehicle that could survive for 10 years in that environment. We were also curious, if they had preferences on how the vehicle would be delivered to the South Pole. Would that be something that they would want the government to provide, or is something they would like to have as part of the project scope? And then also, is industry interested in a commercial service or just kind of a build to print sort of approach? We got some really good feedback from industry. We got 21 specific respondents that provided an impact that was either highly detailed, and some of them were just opinions on one topic or the other. And all of that information is feeding into how we are setting up the project for future procurement. Then just last month, or month before last in March, we completed our mission concept review. Um, that was a day and a half event, and we got a lot of good feedback from that. And now we're in the process of marching towards the NASA KDPA later this summer. Um, and then what we're continuing to do is perform in-house risk reduction activities. We're looking at things like human factors and how suited astronauts could interact with vehicle of different possible configurations. And that is it for the topics that I have.
Great, thank you, Nathan.